Oh, hey everyone. This is Dean for Paranormal Pickers. Just getting ready for our next Paranormal Picker adventure. Come on, join me. Hello, hello, hello. It's Dean Thompson over here, live in the studio. Getting some stuff together here. Nick's going to be joining us a little bit after 8. So, just going to hang out for a little bit until Nick comes on, but got a few things to talk about. So welcome back to Paranormal Pickers. Some stuff was going on in my life. It's always like one day it's up, one day it's down. You never know. So yesterday I had to figure out some things, and today it all came to a good move. So I'm fine. Awesome. So everything's good to go for now. So welcome again. So today we're revisiting the Chariot card. Last time I had the Chariot card, I was by myself again. But Nick should be coming through after 8. And the last episode 7, we did, or I showed a video about eating the lemon skulls with Sarah and Sylvia. And funny thing is that they did a spin-off from that. They went down to Wolf Hollow in Rockford, and they tried the cinnamon lemon skull, and they sent me a video of that. So I'm going to play that for you guys, along with some other things that we're going to talk about. We'll touch base on a couple of things in the past shows, ones that Nick has missed, and then we'll also talk about how my truck died in a cemetery and how that came about as one of our results as far as evidence review and how we look at evidence. So something to keep in mind. I do want to send my blessings and well wishes to those in Florida that are being walloped by Hurricane Ian right now. Hopefully everyone stays safe down there. I know my friends out there are inland more. They moved away from the storm a little bit, but there are some people out there that stayed to write it out. So hopefully they're safe after this. They marked themselves safe on Facebook. I guess one of them did already. So that's nice. Hello, Victoria. Thanks for joining. Victoria Mundae is watching. So go to our YouTube page, Ghost Head Soup, and please subscribe to us so we can get some more videos up and out there. The last one, Paranormal Pickers, Season 2, Episode 2 is out there with Victoria. And nice little added videos there. We're waiting on Nick. So just doing that here. But let me show a video. If you guys watched Chariot episode 7 before, you saw how I was eating the lemon skull. Hilarious. But here's a video clip of Sarah and Samantha from Tinker Swiss Cottage showing me them eating. So let's see.
We're on a mission.
Okay. We're on a mission.
Sarah.
Why don't you get in there?
Oh, okay.
Cheers before we chew.
Cheers before chewing. These are the cinnamon.
Wait, smell it. Smell a little cinnamon. Okay, now.
Cinnamon sugar skull. Here we go.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, that's crunchier. That's not better. Oh, this is a lot better. Dean, you should have got the cinnamon ones.
Yeah. It's like cinnamon toast crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are a lot better.
Yeah.
This is a lot better. This is like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, like,
And since it's fresh and not 4 months old,
It might be a difference.
yeah, it was a lot easier. It was a lot easier to bite.
yeah.
Take the bottom half.
I did.
We should have somebody analyze where we bit and see if there's like
What does that mean?
a message to it.
Yeah. I left the smile laugh.
I just shoved the whole thing in my mouth.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, that was the spinoff from that. So I haven't tried the cinnamon skulls yet, but looking forward to it, I think. But as you can see, their hands are over their mouth, so I don't know. I'm telling you, I think you got to put those sugar things in hot tea and let them dissolve. You can't really eat those on their own. Let's see. All right, I tried to get Sarah to come on here, but she's busy at the moment. Kind of throwing a link out there if people want to join in. Come on in, and let's wait for Nick to gather here. So that was that, the follow-up for the video. So when I upload the other one to YouTube, you'll see a page link to this one here. Just waiting for Nick. Sorry, pausing here. Just all right. All right, cool. All right, so no problem. Just trying to get some people last minute. Yeah, the thing is that I work till 6:30. I drive home. I get everything prepped up, and then when I get the messages, it's kind of like, oh, gotta rush and get everything done. Oh, cool. So Sarah might jump in. Who knows? So, okay. No, Sarah's going to join us for a little bit. Maybe I'll play that video again and we'll talk about the sugar skulls. But while we're waiting, so I did empty out another storage locker. And if you see behind my shoulder here, you'll see there's an extra Ouija board game. So I found another Ouija board in another storage locker. So I got 3 of these, and then I got the one above that, which is the glow-in-the-dark Ouija board. So Victoria, Laura, hello. And then Sarah should be popping in just for a little bit. Try to get Mark in here too, but I don't know where he went to. He said he was going to call me. I'm like, I'm doing a show here, guy. So again, this is Chariot Revisited. A little about the Chariot card. The Chariot. It's work and travel. There's a purpose to this card. You have a purpose. Trouble of problems falling behind. Triumph, harmony, and balance. You can see the balance between the different horses there. So controlling forces which might conflict is another one. And bringing them together to form a working whole. So that's the challenge. The Chariot is taking controlling forces that may conflict and bringing them together to form a working whole. All right. And I did do a tarot card reading on Nick the other night. And it's kind of fascinating what I came up with. So I'll have to do that probably towards the end of the show when he's on here. It's pretty wild. I did a 9-card draw. And we're going to go over the couple different things here. But another strange fact, I don't know if you know what happened 1,000 years ago. In the year 1022, they were putting people to death for heresy in Europe. I believe there was 14 people that were burned to death at the city of Orleans on an order of the French king, Robert Pius, I believe that's pronounced. Pious. And, heresy is just a brief opinion on the contrary of, religion. Nick needs to, I don't know about that, Laura. Nick needs to read your palm now. No, I don't know. I question that whole palm reading thing. I don't want him to know. Maybe that's the thing. My palms are secrets. Victoria says hello. So one of the things too regarding heresy is, so that was 1,000 years ago, 1022. And in 1538, remember we were talking about Nostradamus, and he had, in 1538, I guess he had an offhanded remark regarding a religious statue that resulted in charges of heresy against the man. And when he was ordered to appear, he wisely chose to leave. And he traveled for years in Italy, Greece, and Turkey, getting all his knowledge that he brought forward after the fact. He went to an ancient mystery school. He experienced psychic awakenings during this time. And, one of the legends of Nostradamus says that during his travels in Italy, he came upon a group of Franciscan monks, identifying one as a future pope. And that monk, called Felice Peretti, was eventually ordained Pope Sixtus V in 1585, fulfilling the prediction of Nostradamus. So then, oddly enough, when he came back, he had a good relationship now with the Vatican. So it's believed he never faced that prosecution for heresy. Of course, he didn't extend his writings into the practice of magic, so therefore, he was safe on those regards. So smart man. Of course, his popularity grew during that time and became one of the most famous figures during the Renaissance. So Nostradamus. Interesting facts that you find out in Google. So we're still waiting on Sarah. Oh, she said, bear with me. And so again, the last video that I uploaded was the one with Victoria Mundae, the High Priestess. It's up on YouTube now. And because of the copyright songs, I take this keyboard online and I just press keys and make funny noises, and I call it a song. And this one I called Toby. It's kind of funny. You'll love it. So listen to that. And here, let me bring in Sarah here. Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yes. Sorry, I had to rush around. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready.
Well, last minute thing. I love, spontaneity. But I just got home and I'm like setting everything up, waiting for Nick. And then I look at my text message and he says, I won't be on until after 8. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, so you need a filler. Busted.
Exactly. But tonight's show is the Chariot. The Chariot revisited.
Chariot. Oh. Yeah.
So
what's that mean?
The Chariot? I don't know. Am I mispronouncing it?
I don't know. No, that's right. Chariot.
It's a chariot.
I have not studied up on the tarot, so I don't know.
Well, I'm Terrell Thompson tonight, so I know everything about Terrell.
Tarot Toms. I like this question though. Do you collect Ouija boards? I would love to collect Ouija boards.
I think I'm starting to.
Yeah, my hubs would probably. I mean, if I snuck it into the house, then yeah, I would probably. But I think if he found out,
Well, it's kind of funny how they drop into my lap. So behind my shoulder here, I have 4 of them. The first one is a glow-in-the-dark one that I got off of Free Psycho back when they had Yahoo groups that were popular. Well, Free Psycho was one of them.
hi, Laura.
Somebody was offering that.
Yeah. Have you had
There
any
you go.
experiences with them? Are they haunted?
The tarot is duality.
Tarot is really good at giving you insight into yourself. I've used medicine cards, which are essentially similar. They're very similar. And you can pull a card a day, like with tarot. I honestly, what is it? Is it tarot or is it tarot? I've heard it both ways. And I feel like no matter what way I say it, it's wrong. Tarot.
I say it
You know what I
correctly, and it's tarot.
You know what I can't tolerate? So I had to share this with Samantha Hockman, and I cannot. It's an unforgivable sin to call it tarot. I hate when people say that tarot. It's like athame. Listen, baby witches. Okay, the word is athame. It's not a theme. All right, you're driving me crazy, and I'm not saying I'm a witch. I'm just saying.
Or a grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
Enunciation Nazi. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but those 2 words drive me crazy. I've heard so many people. They're like, it's, I use my theme. I was like, it's an athame. But I try. I don't leave that in the comments though. You use what?
Well, like I was saying before you came in, I was talking about 1,022 years ago, 1,000 years ago to this year. There was 14 people burned to death for heresy. Is it heresy?
It's heresy. So we're gonna have grammar with Sarah tonight.
So, yeah, right. So we got tarot or tarot. We have
Tarot or
Nostradamus or Nostradamus. So we got.
Oh
so
yeah,
there's-
Nostradamus or Nostradamus. I am ambivalent. I don't care. Nostradamus or Nostradamus.
Yep. We got
However you
ketchup
want
or
to say
ketchup.
it. Ketchup or ketchup.
Tomato.
Yeah. Aluminum or aluminium.
Lemon skull or lemon skull. So I.
Oh, that's right, Dean. I've got skulls. Ooh, you know what? We need to invite Liz
Everybody.
and Rando on here because they gave us sugar skulls to try, and they're upstairs right now as I speak. There's cinnamon, and then there's original.
Original.
Yeah,
Original
what is that,
sugar flavor? What?
Yeah, like just a sugar cube. What is
Original
that?
sugar.
Yeah. I did try the cinnamon one while we were there at Wolf
I know. I just
Hollow,
played the video.
and it was. I'm just saying, like, you can add it to something, or you can indulge yourself, and it's sort of like just cinnamon toast crunch. It was really good.
So yeah, Sam sent me the video and I just played it. So on
Oh,
the
okay.
earlier season or episode 7 that I did, I played the original video of me, you, and Sylvia doing the lemon skulls.
Is that episode 7? I missed it. I'll have to go back.
Well, it's one of them.
I didn't
yeah.
see it. Yeah, I didn't
And
see
then
it.
so I played that. Hilarious. That was hilarious. I gotta
Oh,
say,
it was-
that was funny. And then Sam sent me the one that I just played before you came on, with you trying the cinnamon one. And you're like, you got to try this.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one is
So-
good.
So it should be like, I'm surprised Facebook isn't like clamping down on it or expanding the sugar skull challenge out there. I mean, they have ice bucket challenge. They've had all
Yeah.
these challenges in the past. Where's the
Yeah.
Where's
The
lemon
sugar skull.
challenge?
You know what? As we approach Day of the Dead, there's probably a bunch of flavors that are going to come out. I don't know. I want to try the raspberry. Somebody said there was a raspberry one out there, and that's the one I want to get.
That was what we were saying. Yeah.
The raspberry one. There's probably like grape flavor. Here, try that. I don't want that. I don't want grape flavor.
So
That's
did
gross.
you have weird dreams that night? How long did it take you to digest your lemon skull? I mean,
I don't remember if I had weird dreams. I had some very weird dreams. I had a dream here the other night that there was like a small sphere and it was nuclear. So like, I don't know, it was like going to go off in my backyard and it was up to me to save. So I had to grab this thing and I was like, well, I'll throw it in the river because that's all I have time for because the light is changing to a different color. So clearly that means we're out of time. I don't know. So I grabbed it and I'm
Your
running.
husband woke up screaming.
Right. Yeah, exactly. My bad. Yeah, I took it and I think I blew up, to be honest with you.
Oh, shit.
And then I woke up and I know, like it didn't turn out for everyone. But I was like, I woke up like really sad. I was like, wow, I didn't save anybody.
And you're in all pieces now, apparently.
Well, I would have probably been vaporized, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was weird.
I had a dream this morning. It was like a ship that came into a foresty area, and then it kind of like went up, and then I told the other people
Maybe you
that
were
were on there.
abducted.
Then there was other people like riding their bikes along this path, and I'm like, that don't look good.
Anybody else see that? Oh my gosh! So you didn't answer. Like, are your Ouija boards haunted?
I have no idea. I don't use them. I just
Oh,
have them sitting there.
Hello, Facebook user. I don't have their names. All I saw was Laura.
That is Ron. Ron Lovett.
Hi,
Hello,
Ron. Hello, governor.
Yeah, I got on my phone over here. I got the live video so I could see who actually posts.
Yeah, see who's
So
tuning in.
that's my trick. Yeah.
Jump in, losers. We're going. We're doing this. We're
Jump in, losers.
So what
So
is
what have you been
the
up-
Chariot? Oh gosh. Wow.
What have you been up to?
Soccer.
Still, so you did go back to that?
I did. Yeah. This was a rough season, but the kids tried really hard. Tonight was our last game.
wow.
So yeah, other than that, yeah, soccer, a lot of stuff. We've been doing a lot of stuff with Haunted Rockford. September has just been packed. October is also looking very busy. I'm flying to Boston though for work over my birthday. So like I'm leaving the 17th of October. So I'll be there for my birthday alone. So that's kind of lame, but I'm going to try to hit
for fall
Salem.
colors during that time?
I think so.
Cape Cod.
Can you imagine? Like I go all the way out there. Like I could have chosen at any time in October, but my dumbass chose over my birthday. I don't know. And I thought, oh, maybe that'll be.
Wait, you're a Libra?
I am a Libra.
Victoria, another Libra over here.
We are charming and wonderful people. You said
Of
that like
course.
what? Yeah. Are you a
No,
Libra?
well, I'm a October 23rd, so I'm like.
I'm October 19th. Yes. Yay, happy birthday to us. And we get the best month. Can we just be honest? We've got the best month. Is there a better month out there?
No. You know what that means?
I know that's not a month, but it kind of
Yeah.
is. So is Halloween. Halloween's not a month, but it sort of is.
Yeah, Victoria's 10/22. I'm 10/23. You're 10/19.
Yay, go Libras.
You know what that means, though, right? Our parents had sex during Valentine's Day. That's all that means.
My mom is here. I don't want to think about that.
Oops, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, don't listen to this.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this.
Sorry.
Yeah, well,
Stupid
it's
cough.
unforgivable. What have you been up to?
Well, moving stuff around upstairs, moving stuff.
21st
downstairs.
birthday. Yeah. Oh, just moving stuff. I just move this pile from here and that pile over there. I wish I were 21.
I
God
got
bless
two
that
news.
one,
Yeah,
that
21,
person.
right?
Yeah. So you're
That was,
celebrating your
that was
21st
Ron.
birthday alone. Fun fact, I sort of did that once. So yeah, not quite alone, but might have been better. It was not a great birthday. It was not a great birthday. But yeah, I'm celebrating my 21st-ish birthday alone. So I might take myself to Salem.
Oh,
Might.
cool.
Who am I kidding? I'm going.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Grab your
I'm
broom and
going.
go.
I'm gonna grab
So-
my broom. I'm gonna be a
this
leafer. Yeah.
So this one here, I just found that in the storage locker a couple days ago.
I wonder
So
if it's mine.
I empty out storage lockers, you know that. So I find all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
little
yeah.
treasures. So we emptied. There's 2 lockers in this family. One of them we cleared out already, and then we opened up the other one, and it's packed to the gills.
Yeah.
And I have to get some boxes out of the way so we can move stuff around and get garbage ready. And I open this box, and there's Monopoly, Battleship, Clue, Ouija, and I'm like, my cousin freaked out. I'm like, yes, yes.
You need to
It's like,
frame
what?
them. What's that guy's name in is it New England? Here, hopefully my camera doesn't disappear. It's Dave, oh no. Munich or whatever collects Ouija boards. I'm looking.
He collects Ouija boards.
Yes, he's got a
I know
huge
there's a lot of people out there. I think there's a few.
Bob Merch. Okay, so I said New England. I really meant
Kansas.
by New England I meant Colorado.
Yeah.
It shares a border, right? Like Colorado definitely shares a border with all of New England.
That's close.
Yeah, world's foremost collector of Ouija boards lives in Colorado. His name is Bob Merch. So Dave, what did I put? Dave Munich? That's not even close. Not even close. Dave Bob. Is it Munich? It's Merch. Adams County claims to be the world's foremost collector of Ouija
Claims
boards.
to be.
But you know what, though? He was actually, he is usually the guy that they call when they do those movies about like on the Ouija board, right? And it's going to haunt everything. He is actually, he's done a lot of history and research on Ouija boards. So he I don't think he started off trying to collect them. I think he was more of a historian, kind of a gay. And he wanted to, I don't know, just kind of, do a deep dive into the world of Ouija boards. And then people just started to send them to him. And he's like, well, I guess now I collect them. So I don't know.
People started sending him ones. I don't want this anymore. Here, take this.
Yeah. Well, how often does that happen, right? They think their stuff is haunted. And
I agree, Victoria.
Which board is the greatest movie ever? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that.
Before I was married, I don't know if I was married at the time, but we had an apartment in Roselle, and my car was being worked on mechanically. I think it needed a tune-up or something. So my brother was supposed to pick me up. We worked at my dad's family bakery out in Oak Brook Terrace. So to get me to work, I had to get a car in the morning. So I had to drive my brother out there so I can have a car. So my wife or person at the time, I don't know if we were married at the time. I think we were. So my wife and I watched Witchboard. So
how old is it? Is it old?
80 something. 80, late 80s. So my brother came by after the movie, and I was getting ready to leave, and she goes, "You ain't going anywhere."
You're not leaving.
You ain't leaving. I go, "Why?" She's like, "Because we just watched the movie." She's like, "You are not leaving me alone here."
1986. Wow.
Yeah, it was because I was married in 87.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense. Or 89.
So what do you think is the scariest movie involving a Ouija board? Would you say it was that one?
A Ouija board?
Yeah. Ouija board based. I know there's been some other ones out there, like they're named Ouija board, and I haven't seen them. Or they're named Ouija. Or as Kathy likes to say, what does she call it? A Ouija? Yeah.
Ouija.
Like I think she says all the letters, and I'm like,
you could call it yes board. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes.
The yes board. Yes. Yeah. No.
1986, my wedding video. So it came out in 1986.
Oh
and
my goodness.
Victoria said that it was her my wedding video.
my
Yep.
goodness.
Tawny Katane was crazy in that movie. Yep.
I might have to check this out. How come they've never done
Wait, you never seen it?
No.
There's another Ouija movie out there.
1986. I was what, 8? I was 8. I was 8 years old. Now you guys know how old I'll be.
Not 21.
Not 21. Yeah.
Hey, look at this. We got another visitor. Let's bring on Mark
Oh.
Schwabe. Hey.
He
Hey,
says,
guys.
I forgot.
How you
I
doing?
forgot. You
How
didn't
you
forget
doing?
anything. We're
Okay.
just waiting on Nick is the name of this show.
Waiting on
Waiting
Nick,
on
yeah.
Nick.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
it asked me what name I wanted to use, and I said I forgot. So.
Anything will do.
Well, hey, everyone. This is Mark Schwabe from Ghost Head Soup. You know
Hi,
Sarah, of
Mark.
course.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm living the dream.
There you go.
that's true, Laura.
Yeah. I think
Tony
I'm
was
filling
crazy
in until
period.
Nick. Am I filling in till Nick? Is that what I'm doing?
Well, we were supposed to go over some past shows, and Nick was going to tell some stories and all this other good stuff. And I was going to talk about the time my truck died in the cemetery
Mm.
and the Crossroads house.
Ooh, creepy.
Oh yeah, and all that fun stuff, and then go over some future stuff. And I did the tarot card reading on Nick, so I was going to share that with him. So he should be on. He said just a little bit after 8, so it's only 8:01.
It's only 8:01.
Yeah. So Mark, you had our meeting last night. How did the spirits at the lab treat you?
It was okay. Melissa had her new gadget out, that grid thing.
Okay.
And, you know, is
that the same one Dale had that one time? It had the whole.
yeah, I guess it shows temperature and all that stuff. And
Mhm.
if something comes close to it, it turns blue if it's cold. And so, like I said, that's the first time I worked with that thing. So, jury's out on that one. But when it was indicating something was in the closet, I was feeling the energy from the closet, as well as Jeremy and Melissa and Amber. So
It's like a constant energy in that closet.
yeah,
But that brings up a good point though with the laser pointer. And I don't know, Sarah, if you ever came across any spirits in your travels that actually have told you that lasers hurt them. Or does any spirits out there tell you what we do hurt them in a way or a sense?
I don't think that's a question I've personally asked, but in working with Nino and the Midwest Ghost Investigators, I think he had said something that maybe some research he had come across about maybe infrared light being
Hurts
painful. Yeah, hurts them in some way, that's interesting, right? I mean,
Mhm.
why? Why would it? Does it physically hurt? Does it hurt your eyes? Does it hurt to look at it? You know, that's
Yeah, how does
what
it
is it
hurt them?
yeah. And what about it hurts is my question.
So I would think the laser would be the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it
you would think
burns.
so.
Maybe it's a burning thing more than
Yeah.
a hurting thing. It's interesting.
Well, I mean, and does it behave? You want to go down this rabbit hole? So I don't know if you're familiar with the observer effect, right? There's research out there. It's called the observer effect, in which scientists, researchers have examined, I think they're proton particles, right? And so they fire it through a barrier, and the barrier has a pair of slits or something in it. And then on the background, then the particles will hit the background, right? As they fire these protons or whatever that direction. And what they've discovered is that these protons behave both as a wave and as a particle, depending on whether or not you're watching it. So if you are actively in observation of this, then they behave like a particle. Or I'm sorry, I think they behave like a wave. And so the pattern on the back wall there is exactly as you would expect. It would go through one of the slits or the other, but not both. But if there's no observation, then it behaves like a particle and it scatters however it wants through both slits simultaneously at the same time. So there's no, oh, look, there's more on one side and there's more on this side, but not in the middle. And that's not the case. It's how are they passing through? Well, then you add in the non-human observer. So they get like a little mechanical observer machine, right? And they put that at the end.
On the camera.
Yeah, like a little camera, right? So a little, mechanical camera, and that camera, that just the act of observation changes the outcome of how those particles behave. So then I started thinking about like spirits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And haunted places. Are they haunted because we're observing them? Are they still haunted when we're not there? I don't know, because they talk about science, like you look at space too, right? And they talk about, space continues to expand, and there's this idea of quantum theory, right? So this is where the observer effect came from, is these quantum theorists, right? So you get into quantum theory, and they said, just by the very act of observation, such as it is, nature or God or the universe or whatever gives you something to observe. So the more you look into space, right, to see as far as you can see, we're going to look as far as we can see. Every time we look, we see a little bit further. And you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't there before. But now it's there simply because we looked, right? So when it comes to spirits, like how much of it might be an observer effect?
So
I told you, there's the rabbit hole.
No problem.
Enjoy.
Here's Victoria. She says, if you think of it, it's in the RF range. When I first brought up the question, and then she continued on and said, and that could disrupt the vibrational frequency. And if the other side is one vibration, it could disrupt the realm.
But how does the light cross into that other realm? Especially since, when you talk about spirits and vibration, they tend to be just a little bit above us, right? So like 3 feet physically, something I've heard from a lot of different psychics talk about, how the other side is only about 3 feet above us, give or take.
Is that why we go into rooms and we look up and say, "Are you there?"
That's why cats go in there and they're like, "What?"
Well, cats are.
Yeah. Like, have you guys seen the show Ghosts? They ask like a really good question in that show, and he goes, "How come we can walk through walls, but we don't fall through the floor? We don't have a manual." And I'm like, that's a darn good question. Is it because we would expect to not fall through the floor? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the new one's coming out pretty soon, isn't it?
It's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if I cross over and there is not a gay revolutionary soldier, an uptight Victorian woman, and a sassy black jazz singer, I'm not going to be pleased. All right.
Have you seen the BBC version of it? The original?
I have not. I haven't.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it. You gotta search for that one. I think it's on Netflix or something, somewhere out there. It's hilarious. HBO Max, I think. It's hilarious. The original one.
Yeah. This one is so good.
This one's even funnier. And it's based off of that show using some of the same characters. It's hilarious. They got a Viking.
Yeah. Well, we do too. Thor.
Oh, yeah.
Who,
and then there's a caveman. There's a caveman in ours.
No, he's an Indian.
BBC.
Oh my God.
The other one is a caveman.
A Viking. One's a Viking.
Got a Viking.
Indian.
An Indian, the Revolutionary Soldier, a Boy Scout leader, the Victorian woman, the guy with no pants from the early 2000s, and
that one's in there too.
The teenager from the 80s, and somebody with his head cut off.
Yeah, we don't know who he is.
And then the British soldiers.
Yeah.
It's funny.
There you go.
It's so funny.
They aren't in our 3D reality, so things in our 3D existence doesn't apply to them.
That's a good point. But then why does light hurt? I like it though. They aren't in our 3D. Yeah, they're not. And they can travel at like the speed of thought. So if they think about, I'm going to go over here. But how do they get trapped? And why do they stay trapped?
Yeah, why do they stay in the closet there, Mark?
Well,
why do they attach to objects? Like, who wants to hang out with their hairbrush?
Well,
the reflection hurts.
I'm not sure if you've ever been to the lab, Sarah.
I've never been invited to the lab.
Dean.
I don't own the lab. You do.
I don't.
Oh,
I almost swore. No, we will have to have you.
Yeah, there's no effing swearing.
I think the closet.
you're asking me to go into the closet?
We have a bunch of old meeting minutes from
Okay.
pre-Civil War in there.
Oh, wow.
All handwritten and stuff. So there's a
Wow.
lot of old regalia and such
Yeah.
in that closet. And I think it could be a lot of energy is attached to those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just the whole building itself.
Sure.
It's without telling everybody where it is and what it is, you know what organization I'm in, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the way those meetings are open and all that are over 400 years old, or over 200 years old in the U.S.
Yeah.
And it started in England, so way before that. They say we predate the Masons, so.
Wow.
See,
Yeah.
that's where Ghost started too in BBC. It started originally in England too.
Yeah.
We still
Hey.
everything. We still everything.
Yeah. And then we make it better.
Yeah. What was that one in Chicago? What was that show? That was a BBC show.
Mighty Python.
No. Oh, gosh. I used to watch it every Sunday with Frank.
Is it black and white?
No.
Was it on TV or did you have to go to a special theater?
No, it was on TV.
Did it have audio?
Now I gotta look.
Was there a
up.
guy playing the piano?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask my
There were
wife.
words on the screen.
He's gotta go ask his wife.
Was it like that? You know? Did you also get your current events on that screen?
With Frank and stuff.
How's the war
and
effort going? I'm desperate to know.
there you go.
There you go. Oh dear. Doesn't look good.
Well, as we wait on Nick and Mark now,
Nick is
Oh, wait.
never going to leave us alone to our
That's-
own.
he's got the perfect name. I forgot. I mean, seriously. I mean,
I don't know.
I forgot everything.
I forgot everything. I forgot this. I forgot the show. Who else is saying they've never been invited to the lab? See,
Victoria.
Victoria. Victoria.
She's a Texas gal.
She's my spirit animal.
She's your
feel.
spirit animal.
Yeah, I feel what she's putting down.
There
I'm
you
picking
go.
up what she's putting down.
Actually,
Texas, huh? We're at in Texas. Tejas.
Fort Worth, I want to say, near
Fort
there.
Worth. You can't just make up where people are from, Dean.
She
I
said,
she's like, he goes, I got to think of it. Austin, Dallas. What else is there? What else is in Texas? What is it?
Shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah.
I'm in paranormal witness protection. I don't think you're supposed to tell people that you're in any sort of witness protection.
No. But that was the
No,
name of
that's-
the show. It was
Yeah,
a British
Shameless.
show and then Shameless.
Shameless.
before my time.
Yeah.
No, it was just over with last year.
Did Charlie
It was just
Chaplin,
last year?
It's a long running show.
It was.
Charlie Chaplin's been dead a long time.
Yeah.
Well, you bring up spirit animals, so I know in our episode 6 of season 1, we brought up your spirit animal, a crow.
Nice spirit animals, yeah.
Yeah.
Crow.
Or what we think, I think you're the crow spirit human, I believe, is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
What a lame thing though for them, right? Like they're like, oh, look at it. She
Yeah,
can't even
well, we get her.
fly.
We
Yeah,
get
true.
yeah, we get her.
You know what? They're up there in the trees together, like, look at this weirdo. We should crap on her car.
I saw on Facebook today, so I know it's true, is they took corn and put it in muffin tins and they poured water in the corn and they froze it. So they throw it out to the chicken, so the chicken have to like peck the ice
Oh,
to get
yeah.
the corn.
does it make them stronger or
I
something?
don't know.
Hmm.
Well, Victoria knows about chickens, and she did a chicken impression on our one show. You got to watch season 2, episode 2.
Okay.
Victoria
I
Mundae.
was gonna say,
It's up
are
on-
you just saying this because she's from Texas? Like I made
No.
the assumption that everyone in Oklahoma owned a farm in Buffalo, but turns out I was wrong. So
It's up on YouTube now. I
Yeah.
just uploaded it, edited it, and it's hilarious. It's
I think this is why Kathy calls me the insensitive sensitive.
right.
Oh, I'm from Oklahoma. Really? Do you have buffalo? Does everybody have a farm? Like, it's like finding out people are from Canada. Are you super nice? I bet you are. I'll bet you are.
See, they feed the deer the same way, Dean.
Yeah.
Why do they have to say my name at the end like that? That's like just rude.
Look at we
Laura.
derailed around 30 minutes into the show. We derailed as soon as I showed up. I didn't know what the premise was.
Oh no! Victoria said on the episode that she was on, we went.
Oh,
off into-
they did.
Yeah, we were
think we
we were
did
doing
too.
like speak and say. What does the couch say? You know, stuff like that. It was hilarious.
Oh my
But
goodness.
so yeah, spirit animals. We talked about that
Yeah.
before, and so spirit guides. Since you're
Yeah,
on
yeah.
here,
Okay.
and I know that talking to some people that are learning the ability to see the other side or talk to
Mhm.
spirits,
Sure.
and they have spirit guides. So each
Mhm.
person has their own little guide. Now, do you share guides with other psychics? Like, say you have.
probably could, yeah.
Oh, you could. Okay, so
Yeah,
say
yeah.
if you're not doing something, they might be with somebody else.
Yeah.
So there's like
Well,
a tour guide basically on the other side.
So you've got a bunch of spirit guides. You have your life guide, right? So that's the person who signed up to walk this path with you. This is not someone that you would have known in this life. So when people are like, oh, I think my grandma's my spirit guide. If you knew your grandma, she was alive while you were alive. No. They can always look over your shoulder and provide guidance, but they're not your guide, right?
Well, how do they pick you?
You have before you determine to incarnate, right? Because you make the decision to do this life, and pretty much everything in it. Within, there are some things you don't elect to do, and so on and so forth, because free will. But you sign up. You're like, okay, here's a path, and you kind of build this life plan for yourself. These are the experiences I'd like to go through. I'd maybe I want to experience being very poor, or maybe I guess I signed up for that. But maybe I want to experience being rich, right? Or maybe I want to experience, and you just fill in the blank there, right? So you've got different guides who may have an expertise in various areas, but you've got one specific guide that has agreed to walk this life with you. And then you've got other life guides that are part of that team, right? So you get like this whole PR team for yourself. You've got, if you are a student, for instance, maybe you're going to college or whatever, you've got, a guide that helps with that aspect of your life. And when you are no longer in college, then they kind of move on to the next person. Or you may have a spirit guide that helps you battle addiction, or you might have somebody who helps you in parenthood, right? Learning how to parent. I think mine checked out a long time ago. She was like, this is crazy. She's done.
Is it crow shit crazy in your life, or is it bad shit crazy?
Yes, it is.
Crow shit crazy.
It is. It is always something. And so, you have these different guides, but you've got, and you may share some of those, but your main life guide, I don't know if you share that particular person, although, sky's the limit, but they tend to be somebody who has been around and done many lifetimes of their own. They have some of that wisdom to pass on. And I always tell people they're a spirit guide. They're not a spirit tell you what to do. All right. That would be great. They will be like, well, maybe you should wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And you're like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Well, they're not going to, retaliate.
So here's a twist then.
Mhm.
Is all your spirit guides once human, or were some never human, or were some from other worlds, like an alien type of setting?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I have heard that it's possible for them to be from other worlds, other planets. They're always going to be for from that highest good, right? Like we're not talking about lower energy entities. Those are not your spirit guides. Um, but these enlightened beings and whatnot. I have heard that. I personally
Do you
haven't
believe
come
in
into.
it? Okay.
Do I believe in it? Yeah, I haven't personally come into contact with it, but I think it's because of my apprehension about actually meeting alien. I love the idea that they're out there, and I love space, but at the same time, I'm telling you right now, if an alien spaceship showed up in my backyard, I would be the first person out the door, every man, woman, and child for themselves, because it's not for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, I've heard that.
Have some of the presidents been aliens?
I think the current one might be an alien. I'm not sure. I don't know. Have you ever seen the pictures? Like sometimes he has blue eyes and sometimes he's got brown eyes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that. That would really confuse him.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there's a whole thing out there if you want to go down the tale of two Bidens.
The tale of two Bidens.
Yeah, the people are all in on this. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know, but the eye color is weird because sometimes he's got blue eyes and sometimes his eyes are very.
Maybe it's not
brown.
alien. Maybe it's vampire.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a stand-in. But can you imagine being the stand-in? Like, I got to do what?
Well, then they do it. Hey, Mark, Paul McCartney. Didn't they do that with Paul McCartney? He's dead. And
Allegedly, he was
Yeah.
killed in a car accident back in 1965 or something. And then Billy, whatever his name, he won a
Denny
Paul
Lane. No.
McCartney, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
Billy
heard
Shears.
this.
Billy Shears.
Yeah.
He won a lookalike contest for Paul McCartney, and then all of a sudden, the Beatles just kind of disappeared for a little while there. And George knows his story very well, but they think he went and got like plastic surgery and all that. And when he came back to the Beatles, and just so you know, when they got out of the scene, that's when the Monkees had started making all their hits. So there's a big conspiracy theory about that.
I've heard this.
He's actually taller than the real Paul was. And when he got back to his mansion or his house in England, he got rid of his butler and everything. And then if you bring it up, people think you're weird and conspiracy, but that has been out there.
Thank God, not this crew.
Yeah.
It has been out there a very long time. Yeah. But weirdly, I did not know any of that. And I came across it on Instagram because the gram would never lie to me. And it was very, very fascinating. I was like, what? My dad was a huge Beatles fan. Huge. He even had a theory on how like the Beatles were sent to save us from Vietnam. And it sounds crazy, and it was crazy. But when he got into it and he experienced it, like he explained it, like he took you down that rabbit hole, and you were like, by the time you got to the end of it, you're like,
yeah.
Now there was a movie.
That's bizarre, but I feel like
I'm not sure if it was a movie or a documentary, something Broadway with Paul McCartney, but there is a scene in there when the manager comes in the room and he says, "Hello, William, how are you?"
Yeah.
Says it to Paul.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're playing into that conspiracy theory.
Yeah. I think it was, I mean, from the person I listened to on the gram, they debunked it, I guess, but yeah, you see it like in their album when they're walking across the street. What is it, Abbey Road or whatever that is, and they're like, that's why he's different, out of step, and not wearing any shoes, or I don't know, something.
Black rose on his black rose, no shoes.
But then they said too, like the Beatles rolled with it because it was fun to roll.
They still
with
do.
it.
Ringo, I think this year mentioned that Paul is dead. I mean, he kept it going still. For a long time. Laura's like, I don't believe any of it. She can't. She's just not. That's the bridge too far. Yeah, that was too. Yeah. That's too far.
Yeah, and you don't know. I mean, I was. I guess I'm dating myself, but I remember when the Beatles appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show. I was living in a 2-flat
Wow.
It had to be like 1964. So I was like 63. So I was like 4 or 5 years old. And my grandparents were all sitting in the living room, and the Beatles come on the Ed Sullivan Show. I think I had to hold the rabbit ears to get good reception.
Yeah.
I remember my grandfather.
Speaking of rabbit holes, he had his whole the rabbit ears.
Kids today don't even know. They don't even know. When you had to get up to change the channel.
We were the remote. I was remote Dean.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got the remote, and it was attached to the TV or VCR or whatever.
So Laura says it's a great story and good publicity. Are you talking about the Beatles or Bigfoot?
Yeah. Shut your mouth. Bigfoot's real.
Yeah.
What anybody says.
And Paul
Bigfoot
McCartney's
is
alive.
Paul McCartney's alive, and he's living with Bigfoot.
I watched this thing on Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus, I think it's called. And they did a Ghost Brothers, did a Ghostober preview of all the shows that are coming out in October.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. It's hilarious. It's about 45
love those
minutes.
guys.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
I love those guys. They are so funny.
It's
They're so
hilarious. It's hilarious. And they had a Bigfoot they were having a party, and Bigfoot was like there, and he stole the projector. And then it's pretty funny. You got to watch it.
I will.
And then they found this,
out.
and they had like Bigfoot catering, but no one sees them. They can't return it because they don't know how to locate them. It's hilarious. Whoever wrote it's a classic already, and I think it just came out too.
That's
funny.
Laura
just saw that too. It's funny. Did you watch that, Laura? That was hilarious. Yeah. And the
Ghost Brothers they're fantastic.
Yeah. They open up the trays of food, and one's like trees and leaves, and the other one's like something else. And then they open one, and there was a live bunny in one. And then there's like special guest appearances and stuff. It's pretty funny.
What's the show that Jack Osborne does with the Ghost Brothers? That's where they look
like
at
a sneak peek or something type of thing.
Well, yeah, it's people send in videos and stuff, and they all watch it, and they all give their opinions on what they think. Can't think of
yeah. It's him. He's sitting there with his dad and his mom, right? Like,
they do a Ghost Brothers one too.
Yeah, they do it. Jack does it with the Ghost.
Yeah,
Brothers.
it's kind of like a review thing, and
but it's sort of like
Fright Club. Fright Club.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fright Club.
Whoever Facebook
Victoria.
user is.
I like this comment. Says my life guide is AWOL. Yeah, I feel that.
That was Victoria too.
Was it? I think mine is AWOL half the time. Sometimes I think she's just like.
Victoria, if you want to join us, come on in.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't agree to this. I did not. That's what she says. My life guide is like, you don't listen. So
click on the link.
Yeah, you are the worst.
I think she was doing something else, so she couldn't join. But yeah, we got an empty spot right next to Mark here.
Yeah,
next to Mark.
I'm gonna get a glass of ice water. I'll be right back.
He gone.
He
gone.
No, I'm right here. I'm in my kitchen.
He's in his kitchen.
Yeah, at least he's wearing pants.
If you want to be audio, you don't have to put your video on, or just put Toby's picture up or something. Oh my goodness, so much fun. But
For real.
I'm wondering if I'm ever gonna get to my. So the truck died in the cemetery. We've been talking about that since season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, that's where you had your Yellowbird synchronicity, right? Was that where Yellowbird started?
This is where I got the reverse EVP stuff. That's where that started.
Right. That's right.
Hey, Pup. Hey, Puppy.
That's my ghost dog.
Hey, ghost dog.
My ghost dog.
That's Mia.
And
all right, you can get down.
So the truck died in the cemetery is ending up being when Jimmy Kimmel says, "Oh, sorry to Matt Damon, we can't get him on tonight's show." It's like the truck died in the cemetery is my Matt Damon because we never get to it.
Never get to it. I think you've told me though, right? I think I've heard your truck dying.
Oh yeah,
because that was weird.
I don't know if Victoria's going to sign in or not, but I can share I got the presentation here. So let's see. I can add it here.
Presentation.
My truck
Yeah.
died in the cemetery. And
Can
other
I just
strange
say that
occurrences.
died
Oh,
should have been capitalized?
it should. But sometimes you don't want to. But we're gonna bring Victoria because she joined us. Oh!
Hello from Texas.
Hello, Texas.
Hello from Texas. Does that sound about right?
Yankee.
I think Laura just fell on the floor because she's got all her favorite people on one screen right now.
It's
And
a
there
party.
she is.
Bring the party on.
Where are you in Texas?
I seriously witness protection.
Oh, all right. You're not going to get that hurricane. I know it's swinging towards Florida, but I know sometimes you guys get the rain, right?
No, we're about
You're far enough away.
16 hours away.
Oh, well, maybe
20.
not.
I don't
Good
know.
luck to Florida, though.
I've been chatting with Mark Forentino. He was one of our guests on Edge of the Rabbit Hole. He's like in the eye of the hurricane. So
Oh,
That's the theme tonight. Is apparently the rabbit hole.
yeah.
and Mark's holding the rabbit ears on the TV.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And
And I got the blue rabbit's foot in my car.
Andrea
Oh.
Perrin is someone. Hey, you want to see something cool I got for Toby? Toby was my cat. Don't.
Was?
Well, he still is. No, he's
Oh,
my life
Jesus.
partner.
Don't do that to me.
I got a
I
stroller.
know.
full-
Oh my God! You got a cat
Yay!
stroller.
You know, we've got a lady in the neighborhood. She's got a cat in the cat stroller.
Well, because
I love it.
he wants to go outside.
She
all
comes
the
out with a
time.
big floppy hat, and I was like, oh my God, I love her. I don't even know her name.
cat lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cat lady. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So where's Nick?
Where's Nick? That's the name of the
Yeah.
show. Where's Nick? Down
Where's
the rabbit
Nick?
hole. I
It's
think
like
he
it's
fell
like
down
where's
the rabbit hole.
Waldo?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where's Nick?
So when do I get to go to the lab? Okay.
Yeah. I know, right?
Put you on the spot.
Whenever you want to leave Texas. I tell you
Why
what,
would anybody want to leave Texas?
come on up in January. You love it up here. The weather.
Yeah.
Where's up? Where's that?
Illinois,
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah. About how close are you guys to Wisconsin?
I'm
Yeah.
7
I know
minutes.
Dean's a lot closer than I am, but I'm only maybe 30 miles from the border.
I'm 7 minutes from a nice cold spotted cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is only sold in
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
15 minutes here, give or take. 30 maybe.
Yeah.
30.
A spotted cow or a fat squirrel.
Yeah.
No, in November I'm not doing it. I'm going to go. Well, actually, I am kind of doing it because I'm a vendor. It's a thing called History, Haunts, and Legends, where they open
Ooh.
up Jefferson, Texas. Basically, it's the first weekend in November. Tickets are still on sale. They're going to have guest speakers all day Saturday. I'm going to be one of the vendors, so I'll sell my books and stuff. Hopefully, lots of books.
Fun.
And that night they open up like 6 or 8 houses for paranormal investigations.
Oh.
Hey, if you are in that area in Texas, get
Yeah.
thee to the haunt.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Wraith Chasers will be there and some other people. And I don't know who-
Fun.
So,
So much
and I'm going to have a
fun.
golf cart. I'm going to be driving
Yeah.
around. So.
Heck yeah. You're going to be the most popular lady there.
And a bottle
Yeah.
of wine that she made on her own. She stamped grapes to make that wine.
Hey, my dad used to do it when he was little, but that's,
Now I went to a wine stomping thing, and I asked the guys, like, well, do I need to wash my feet? Do I need to, roll up my pants? What do I need to do? And he goes, no.
the
we're
answer
making
was
Merlot.
yes.
He goes, no, we're making Merlot, so you don't need to.
Oh, jeez.
I like
Now when I
Merlot.
crack a bottle of Merlot, I'm going to think of that.
Yeah.
Ah,
Note to self.
Do you have a
Note to
guest room,
self.
Victoria? Laura wants to know.
Yes.
like-
yes. Actually, it's a metaphysics room, so I can rearrange some things. And yeah,
Would
I
you
work
call it
from
a
home.
psychomantium?
Well, all my closets are filled.
Is it psychomantium or psychomantium?
Psychomantium.
We just call it the mirror room.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I called the Roadhouse basement when I had Mike on the other week. Because he has a nice mirror in the basement that causes a lot of different effects down there.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Never mind. Does he still have the mannequins?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's quite the collection.
Oh yeah.
That's quite the menagerie over there.
Sure is.
It's quite there's a couple. There's a couple of mannequins. You come around
Yeah,
the
and
corner
actually-
not expecting it.
Yeah, I actually live in a really haunted town, about an hour southwest of Fort Worth. So anytime
Okay.
y'all, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm near Fort.
An hour southwest. That's like, or southwest. That's like saying we live in Chicago. We don't live in Chicago.
Well, it's only like 2 cities away, so
Yeah.
you just drive for a while. So anytime
Ours
y'all wanna
is
come-
a bunch of
Well,
suburbs.
I'm almost an hour from Mark. I'm almost an hour from you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Why are you so far away, Dean?
I'm only here, I'm in haunted Harvard up here.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
close to the spotted cow, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And the fat squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Spotted cow, like for the folks that don't know, you can only buy it in Wisconsin.
Yes.
It's really
it's-
annoying. Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's really good. It's beer. It's really good beer.
Why is it
Spotted-
annoying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
It's
spotted
made
cow
by
beer.
New
You can only
Glarus
get it.
Brewing.
Yeah. New
New
Glarus.
Glarus.
Yeah, but they won't sell it south of the border. So
Nah. But they want
we
us-
already have to tolerate your Packers. Well, now we must tolerate the fact that you keep the good beer to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I took 3 cases down to my sister-in-law in St. James, Missouri,
Yeah.
not that long ago. And now she's going to the local brewery there in her area and bribing people or exchanging. I think she gave away like a 6-pack for like a bunch of tomatoes. So she's like using them as bargaining chips
Yeah. Well,
or tips. I mean, the bartender goes,
You
well,
know?
you don't even leave a tip. Just leave a spotted cow for me.
Now the
sweet.
FDA is going to raid your house, Dean, for
Yeah.
smuggling spotted cow.
Smuggling. Yeah. Yeah.
This is how Smokey and the Bandit started.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Actually,
Happy Sally
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
Definitely.
back in
we're
the
going to wind
day-
up with the prohibition again, and we're going to have you to blame.
back in the day when we were growing up, we had older friends that were truck drivers, and they would only allow Coors Banquet east of the not east of the Mississippi because it had a
Right.
stronger alcohol content. But Smokey and the Bandit was basically the same thing, right? Smuggling Coors or
Coors,
something.
yeah.
24 hours to get Coors from
Yeah.
Texarkana to Georgia, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorite beers. So
Coors.
Yeah, I like Coors Banquet.
I like Coors. Yeah. I liked Merlot until tonight. So
I think we talked about this last time I make Loki. Didn't we talk about Loki?
Yep.
The moonshine I make?
huh,
Yeah.
Chocolate Loki, and then your chocolate
Ooh.
Jesuses, and how's that transpiring? Did you copyright it yet?
No, but I found my clothes finally. I have
That's always nice.
3 boxes. I'm serious. 3 boxes left to unpack, and I'm done.
Yay.
Wow.
Yay. So then my lease will be up again.
And
Oh,
you'll have
well.
to move to another witness protection area.
Tell ya.
Keep moving around. Can't find
Well-
you if they can't catch you.
That's right.
Just saying.
Poor Toby. He just finally got settled, and we'll have to go
Yeah.
again.
Right.
Not again. Not again.
Oh man, where's Nick when you need him, huh?
I don't know.
He's not coming on. I don't think. I don't know.
Theme of the day. Where's Nick?
Where's Nick?
Maybe he's in the
Where's
chariot.
Nick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Could
he in?
be.
So you never said, like, what does the chariot represent? What does?
Oh, it's
Tarot
duality.
concept.
It's the
Oh,
yin
oh,
and
you
yang.
did. Oh, okay.
Facebook user.
Oh, okay.
It's the
So-
duality of nature. It's yin and yang. It's positive and negative. It's you're in control. That's it. See?
Oh,
Then
so
it's-
when you pulled this
Black
card,
and white.
yeah.
was it upright or was it reversed?
Victoria doesn't read reverse. She doesn't go with the negativity. But this is just the theme card.
Isn't that
of the
like
night.
against the duality?
No.
She
Like,
wants to keep everything
I'm only
positive.
going to give you good news.
That's right.
We're all going to die, but
But you in particular, what?
it's going to look great that day.
Yeah. Hope you have a really great day today. Things are going to be different tomorrow. What?
Well, Victoria does do. Well, how do you pronounce it, Victoria? Tarot or tarot or?
Don't
Tarot?
you dare say parrot.
Well, I do voice to text, and when I say tarot or tarot, where are my tarot cards? That's what I say. It comes out tarot. I'm like, tarot?
Carol.
Who the hell's tarot? Where's the tarot card? Oh,
Tarot?
no.
What's this bitch doing on my phone?
That's crazy.
Get off my phone.
That's my phone. Jeez. You
Give
think
me my
by
card.
now?
There's
Yeah, I
some
think by
witch.
now it would be able to-
There's some witch in Kentucky. Her name is Taro. Saying,
Terrell.
"I'll get her. I'll get her."
Oh, why does she keep calling me? All these text messages all the time? Oh my goodness. So duality, huh?
Yeah. And when it comes up in a reading, it's really strong, usually saying that you're moving forward. You're in control. You're in charge of the situation. You're going to grab life by the reins, take
Huh.
control.
So
You
mine
know,
would
you're-
come up reversed a lot then, is what you're saying. Yeah. Life is riding you like Seabiscuit.
Just remember the Chariot race in Ben-Hur, you know?
there you
yeah.
go.
You know, it doesn't turn out for everybody.
I
Yeah,
think
well-
Mark remembers that personally. I think he was in the.
I was there.
You know, and those things, those spiky things that were on the wheels, they
Yeah,
put them in Houston. They
the-
drive those.
Hey, Mark, did the movie do it justice?
Yeah.
No, they were so way off.
The skirts were shorter.
Yes.
I am Spartacus.
I am Spartacus. Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
that old.
I didn't say it. I didn't go back that
Dean
far.
did.
I stopped at Charlie Chaplin out of
Dean,
respect.
I don't know. I'm Terrell Thompson, man. I don't know who this Dean guy you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Terrell
Terrell.
Johnson. Tarot. That's
He
what I
said
should have done. I
Tarot.
should have put mine as Tarot.
You should.
I should. I don't know how to change it now. It's too late.
I do.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I got settings here. If I go to settings,
There you go.
Nope. How did you spell it?
Tarot B.
Tarot B. Yeah, but it's Tarot. I need like an accent or something, like a little
Like a little.
ticker. Yeah, a little.
Or T''ROW.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
Tarot. Tarot. Yeah. T
I can't
apostrophe.
say my name now.
No, that's not where you put the apostrophe. My goodness. T
How did you do that?
T apostrophe.
How did you do that?
Victoria and I are gonna leave.
What?
We're going to go get some Merlot.
Yeah, we're gonna go get some foot
Like
Merlot. Toe Jim Merlot. Where do you? Oh my goodness. You know, this is the bottom shelf stuff that I'm buying. Now I feel here. I thought it was high. Like I'm like, oh look at me, I'm buying a Merlot. Everybody buys white, but look at me. Aren't I classy? Yes, I got it from the bottom shelf. Yes, it was $8.99. No, I'm not proud. But it's just Toe Jam Merlot.
Well, I made sure my toenails coordinated with the
Well, thank
grapes.
God for that.
Just in case, you know, there was any joke.
They're like, don't worry about. Do you strain this out? I'm full of questions. You want my socks on or off?
And we have sock lint in it. Great.
Yeah.
Crunchy.
Ugh, this
Crunchy Merlot.
This tastes like socks. Well, that explains a lot. This is dry. So were my
So
feet.
So I changed your name to Crow.
Crow Merlot. Crow Tarot Merlot. Crow Merlot Tarot.
It's like a gangster, you know.
Oh my gosh. 100 years from now, people are going to find this audio. They're like, what the hell?
It's good. No one's gonna look at this.
Everyone in the room has left, including Laura.
Yeah.
She was our
Laura's
last
wondering if
holdout.
they ship that beer.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they keep it to themselves.
Actually, there was a
Shatterhead.
bar up in Minnesota selling it, and that they actually got busted for selling.
Yeah, I
it.
heard that. Yeah.
Someone turned
The
them in.
cheddar heads went after the stump jumpers, I guess.
Yeah, they did.
Aren't having it.
Like a
Stump
remake.
jumpers. Is that
Yeah.
because Paul Bunyan lived up there? Is that what
Yeah.
the
You've
story
never
is
heard
of
them
it?
called that? Stump jumpers? Did you not? I had
I
family up there. Yeah, see.
Well, I know how the lakes were made because of Paul Bunyan. You know,
And the cow. Blue.
10,000 lakes or how?
Yeah.
And the
We
cow,
stepped
not
around.
the cow, it's a blue ox, man.
Blue ox.
Whatever. I don't know what the difference is. There's a cow.
Babe, the blue ox.
Babe the blue ox.
Babe,
Oh wait,
yeah.
so I'm gonna catch crap for not knowing the cow, but
Yeah.
you didn't know
Oh, you're
stump
not a
jumper.
cow.
That's acceptable. And stump jumper. Yeah, am I alone? Like, no. Has no one
No,
actually ever been to Minnesota? Because
Oh,
I didn't get that book when I was a kid, apparently.
No, I mean, they were called stump jumpers.
yeah, and they
Yeah,
greet you
Mark
with,
knows.
"Hey there, ya. Hey,
Yeah.
how ya doing? You
Hey,
betcha."
hey, all the
Yeah,
Upers
you
up
betcha.
there, eh?
Very
Yeah,
friendly.
we go up. I go up fishing by the Canadian border up
Oh,
around
God.
that
Yeah,
around
it's like
Ely.
Fargo up there.
That Ely. That's almost like
Yeah,
Arkansas.
yeah.
But
Did you go on the boat?
I
Oh,
went to
go out in the
boot.
boat.
We went to
Are you
boot,
going this weekend?
and then
You
we
want to
went
take
to
some
the,
hot dish?
we did the portage along the
Wild
border,
about
eh?
that. Yeah, go up to the border, eh?
Yeah.
They're so friendly, eh?
No, actually,
Ah.
Canadians are kind of dicks now.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen what's going on?
I used to
Yeah.
go up there fishing all the time, and ever since 9/11,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, if you have any police record at all, like I don't, but they're not going to let you into the country. Serious. If you let's say someone has a DUI from 20
Yeah.
years ago, they won't let you in the country. You got
They don't
to
want you.
file all this paperwork.
Why?
But I brought spotted cow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah,
Yeah. We don't want your kind here.
yeah. But I mean, Canadians used to be real cool. We used to go over the border all the time, go fishing, and all of a sudden they just, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they got
Apparently
a lot
Laura's
of
drinking.
that's a weird flex considering they're just America's hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're saying.
Victoria's like, why did I join this Canadian hate club?
I'll be right there. No.
No, I don't hate them.
Are we like America's pants then down here in Texas?
There
or
you
what?
go.
Culottes.
I don't know. It's
No, that
not
would be
an American
Florida.
hat.
With the
It's
zipper
an
open.
unfortunate shape. Oh my goodness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to jump off. I have to put somebody very small to bed.
Oh.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're gonna miss the
Yeah.
rest.
I know. Well, I will catch up with the rest. But thank you guys
They
for
catch
having
up
me.
or catch up.
Yeah. Yeah. Victoria and I are gonna go to the lab together without you guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You guys can't get in. Well, watch us.
I'll
I
bring you
brought
some
spotted cow.
Merlot.
Yeah, some Tomerlot, and I'll bring you some spotted cow.
Woohoo!
Forgive me if I don't drink the Tomerlot.
Oh,
Yes, I have had better drinks. Thank you guys so much. Bye,
Laura says
Laura.
bye. Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Well, you know, girls, we have to go in pairs. So
All
Thanks
right.
for joining in, Victoria.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for leaving me with Mark.
Yeah.
You guys
Wouldn't be
are the best.
first time, Dean. Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, seriously, thank you for the Toby theme.
Oh, no problem.
It was touching.
I know. I played it. And I was like, me. It was good.
It was like a little cat walking across the keyboard.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice
I
to see you.
forgot.
Bye-bye, Victoria. Nice meeting
Road
you.
Terrell
Carol Thompson.
Thompson.
Thanks, Victoria. Nice seeing you.
Bye. See you soon.
All
See you
righty.
later.
Bye.
November first weekend.
I got you.
Coming.
We'll see.
I have a room in the haunted hotel. So
There you
know.
go.
Yeah.
Laura
Bye,
says bye.
Laura. See you soon.
Take care. All right. So, Mark, welcome to the show.
Yeah, so
I think we got enough time to talk about the Crossroads house. Do you mind staying on?
no, that's fine.
No, you're not too happy about it. I'm kidding. Oh, actually, where did my thing go? I think why did that drop off? Here we go. All right. So my truck died in the cemetery. Cemetery. The D should be capitalized, apparently. All right. So let's see, what's next? What's slide 2? The Crossroads house.
Yes.
So the Crossroads house is a house in DeKalb, Illinois. And this was a house that we were called into to do an investigation. And what was it, 2009? I don't know the years.
Wow.
But
long ago, huh?
it was a long time ago.
I guess.
And, with Crossroads is a point at which a crucial decision must be made that will have far-reaching consequences. Well, maybe not in this case, but, buried criminals and suicides are buried in Crossroads. Is that right? So they confuse the dead or something like that? I don't know. That's something with the Crossroads.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What?
So we call this Crossroads house is because it was at the end of a street. Of course, it was at the end of a crossroads, and there was a cemetery right across the way.
Yeah.
So when I first went there to interview the client, Joan, and she was telling me about different things that were going on in the house. One of them was she was having a photography shoot, and they took the clients to the University Lagoon over there for some outdoor shots. And when they returned to the house, 2 of her lights were knocked over, and she had cats, but they were in a separate area of the house. They couldn't get into this room. And when she was crossing the room to pick up the lights, she stepped into a large wet puddle on the carpet. So there was no spilled drink and there was no cat pee or whatever. But I found it ironic that she was shooting at a University Lagoon and then having a puddle there. So this house to me could be like a portal because you had the cemetery, Crossroads, and it just seems like over the course of history, this house had probably 1 or 2 owners per year of its existence. So it was like 150 owners, come and go.
Don't forget there's a creek that runs through that cemetery as well.
Yeah. So as we went there, the little girl said, "Welcome, ghost hunters." So that was nice on a little billboard.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another black cat. Look at that.
Yep.
There's one of the kitties. And I think this is the room that was water on there. Is this going to play? Can I play this? Nope, I don't think the video could play. All right. Oh, can't play the audio. Look at that. Go figure.
But
Great.
that house, there was definitely stuff happening there that we had at least 2 or 3 good investigations there.
Right. Well, one of the claims was there was a window that would slam. I had a video of that. Let me see if I can't bring that up here. Video slam. There you go.
This window I
Can you hear it?
physically heard slam shut. Like,
Yeah.
like boom.
It kind of froze. I lost your audio, Dean.
There you go. Better.
Oh, there you are.
All right. So this is Charlie.
You're too loud.
I'm too loud?
You're a little overmodulated. Well, talk. Make some adjustments.
Well, I'll talk a little lower then.
All
Is
right,
that
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so this is Charlie, and we're dedicating this season to him. And this is Joan and the owner, or her husband, demonstrating the window.
And this window I physically heard slam shut. Like boom.
So the reason why I brought that up is because when I was at my townhouse in Roselle or Carroll Stream, I was working on this folder and I just named the folder Crossroads, and one of my bedroom windows slammed shut at that same time.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So that's that video. Let's see here. So I was sitting down with Charlie and Joan, and we were discussing some things. We were in the living room. The recorder was on the coffee table, and we were talking. And she had asked us if we ever had any dark experiences like they do on TV. And she was referring to Paranormal State. She says, they always catch something dark all the time. Have you ever came across that? And I answered, I said, no, not really. My truck died in the cemetery one time. So after I played that back, there was this part of the audio that was captured that I couldn't make out what it said. And for the longest time, I still didn't know what it said for the longest time. And when I reversed it, I heard something that came out of it. So I'm hoping to play it here. So let's see if I can get this to come across here.
Hey, you think I offended our Canadian neighbors?
No. Can you hear it?
Yep.
All right. So this was it going. This is what I captured. I guess I could have played the longer version of it. Do I have the longer version? So that's what I heard. I don't know how loud it comes across here. So I couldn't make out what that says, so I reversed it. I cut short.
Reckless spiritualists are funny.
That's what I heard going backwards. The first time I reversed that little segment, reckless spiritualists are funny. And that's the EVP in reverse. So I was telling a story. So my truck died in the cemetery. I was there with somebody else at the time, and I had to go across the street to call a tow truck. And then when I was walking back, the person I was with was in the truck, locked all the doors, and she was scared because there was this guy that had like 6 white husky dogs walking down the street. It's like, what the hell? And there's a cemetery, and my truck died there. So what happened with the truck was that the battery bottom blew out. It's happened before with other vehicles, but it's not. It's happened before. It's not common, but it's happened before. So it's nothing like a spirit attack or something like that. But it could be because when we later found out listening through a PA system. So when you listen to audio with your headphones, sometimes you're not hearing the true sense of it. When you hear it through a PA system, you get a clearer understanding of what it says. So when I play I called it helpless and turn and say tang, because that's what I thought it said. But then through other means, you can almost hear it say, I was at the cemetery at the same time.
I was at the cemetery too.
And then in reverse, that I was at the cemetery at the same time is reckless spirits are funny. So you have 2 different meanings. I was telling a story. I'm a reckless spiritualist because I don't protect myself. And I was telling a funny story about how my truck died at a cemetery. I thought that was an amazing piece of evidence. I believe the voice going forward was mine, but it was manipulated in a way to get the message in reverse. I think they could use our vocals or our means to communicate to us. And if you're doing due diligence to find out what that means, there's your answer. So that's how that's how we first started doing reverse EVPs, or reversing everything pretty much. And we were getting some messages even at Tinker Swiss when George built the reverse machine. He said something about mirrors or dreams, and it came back being mirrors. And that opened up a whole new other rabbit hole, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So Charlie was there. He was talking, so it wasn't him. Like I said, I feel it was me just talking fast for some reason. It doesn't sound like me, but I don't finish my sentence either. So that's why I'm considering it to be me. Because I'm like, it was strange that I was at the cemetery at the same time. Something like that.
Yeah, so why would you say that when you're telling the cemetery story?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, I was saying that my truck died, and just the fact of the matter that my truck was in the cemetery at the same time made it even funnier. So, the point is that the reverse EVP says it was not you, dude. It was not you. We're saying it wasn't me. So,
and then the other thing, the little girl's handprints would appear on the window.
That's the other thing too, is there was handprints, and I did capture something that said, well, I'll play it for you if I find it. And you'll hear Joan talking. So Joan is the vocal you hear is like talking, and then you hear this mumbling underneath there. And to me, it sounds like it says, "People caught in the window, come with me." So I'll put that up on YouTube so it's a little more clear. But it's pretty clear to me. It just says, "People caught in the window, come with me." It speaks volume of what was going on, like you said, Mark, is that there were handprints inside the window.
Seeming 55. Now it's seeming 55. Now it's seeming 55. Now it's...
Yep, a double pane window, and the handprints would appear on the inside.
Yeah. And there was different things going on in the house. There was painting on the floor downstairs that shouldn't have been there. And there's a couple of books out there. I know Dean wrote one, and Stephen Osborne had one about this house. And, there's a mirror in the basement too. And then the attic had some issues, and she had noises. And again, there's so many people that lived here, you don't even know. I believe
like Dean said, one of our members, Tim, he researched the history of the house, and I don't think one family or person stayed there more than 2 years. It was like a constant turnover every year.
Yeah. Actually, Joan did a lot of that research herself.
All right.
She went down and did a lot of that, and she came back and told me some of the owners, and one of the owners, or one of the people that lived there, ended up being one of the people at Rolling Hills Asylum in New York, I believe.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And Laura does reviewing of the evidence back when Dane was writing the book. She was doing some editing for him. And some of the audio, there was kids in the background there. And that was pretty significant because we tested that. We walked outside we walked on the sidewalk outside, yelling, laughing, screaming, and they couldn't pick it up in the house. They couldn't hear it, and they couldn't pick it up with their recorders. So therefore, when you capture kids like Laura said when the kids' audio was giggling or whatever they were doing in the basement, that's pretty significant. So there's definitely something going on there. When I sent these, oh wait, I was actually pissed because I was wondering why kids would be out so late. Yep, there's Mama P talking there. Why are those kids outside? Well, they're ghosts. But Joan, she said she sent the files that I sent her to her sister, and her sister started playing them in the house. And she said as she was playing the audio, her back sliding door window broke, shattered. And she had a priest come out to bless her home because she was playing this audio at her house. And the priest actually told her sister, don't open any more audio files from
these guys. Get out.
But I feel that it was a crossroads. I feel that it was a passing through, and I think there are numerous spirits that would just walk through that house, and maybe windows. That's how they escaped. They escaped through the windows by breaking it, I guess. I don't know. Something to, so many different things that you can imagine. People caught in the window come with me, so maybe there was a guide that's leading them out. So I don't know. It was an interesting hunt. We've been there numerous times. I would have loved to bought the house. It was up for sale, and I think I should have. And it would have been crazy. Crazy wild. So that's the truck died in the cemetery story. Did you ever? Well, you were there. We had so many people come and go there. We had, like I said, Stephen Osborne's book, Northern Illinois Hunts or something like that. I wish I had my library here. I would have showed you the book. I think Dean's book has one in here too. Here, I could get rid of this. So Dean Ladwig, Paranormal Exploration, Piercing the Veils of Death. If you go to ghostheadsoup.com, go down on the bottom, and there's links to all these pages where you can get the books. So, Pierce. They talk about George. Yeah, there it is. Oh, this was Tinker Swiss.
Oh, yes.
Here's a quote from George. When it comes down to it, I think I'm the only ghost hunter that will ever admit to it, that I've been afraid, on an investigation. George, so you, let me switch over to the headsets here so it's not as loud.
Is that better? I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me now?
Oh, well, there you are. A little soft, though.
Yeah? That's
Yeah.
all.
It's,
Better without it?
you're like cutting out.
All right. Better now?
Yeah.
So the headphone sucks. Don't use the headphone again. Okay.
I don't use the headphones. I got to turn,
It's a hit miss with me.
huh?
It's a hit miss with me,
Yeah.
with the headphones.
I got some laying around somewhere. But
Yeah. So we're after 9 o'clock. This episode's called Where's Nick?
yeah, where's Nick?
We talked about quite a bit. We had I had a full house. That was cool.
Yeah, I came a little late, but my computer decided to update.
It was nice that I can reach out and have people pop in. If you like a tarot card reading, let me know. I could do that for you. So till next time, we should be here next Tuesday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's looking good. And happy October coming up. Happy Halloween. Happy ghost hunting. You're going to see a lot of. Go watch that Ghost Brothers thing I mentioned too. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you got Discovery Plus?
Yeah, I got access to it. Yep.
Yeah. Ghost Brothers Ghost-tober special. It's funny. It's fun. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
You'll laugh. It's something cool and something different.
I saw it advertised, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. So everyone, thank you again. See you next week.
See you later, man. Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Ouija. The Ouija ball. Oh, hey. Wow. Oh, hey everyone. It's Dean from Paranormal Pickers. Oh, I got the preview for the next episode. Oh, yeah. Here, take a peek. Oh.
Born 1844, New York. Married in 1895. Household members here listed on the directories was George Seaman, 55. Now it said married to Cora. Cora Seaman, 22. Seriously?
Is the woman and child still there?
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Heard, yeah.
We heard it out here.
I'm dead. Again, it sounded like a woman.